Howdy guys, welcome to my channel Off Your Rocker. My name's Marnie, and in this video I'm going to be playing around with a bit of opal that I picked up from one of the club members last night. We've got a new member, and her and her hubby have got a mine in Garwin in New South Wales in the opal fields there, and I've been pulling out some really nice opal from that area. She's come in to learn how to cut opal, and she's also happy to share some around, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I picked up this parcel last night, and I'll just get the scales all set up. This parcel of rubs comes in at 300 carats. The good thing about, it's fluctuating, might be because of the fan, might be because of the uneven ground, but yeah, this one came in at about 300 carats, which is awesome to to have a play around with. There's a little bit of color showing, and it's not A grade opal, but it's good to practice with, and there might be enough in there to get a couple of stones, nice little stones out of it. This is going to be one of my projects for outside. I've got a new Azedo battery operated rotary tool station. Let's see if I can get it in the screen here. Not sponsored by these guys, but this is going to be, I'm going to be mucking around. I'm going to set up a little outdoor carving station, because in the summer, it's going to be really nice to be playing around, cutting opal, getting sprayed with some water while outside and chilling out. So I'm looking forward to this. I've also got a new tile saw that's a little bit more lapidary kind of built, with a really nice blade. So there's going to be some cutting videos coming up as well too. But in this video, just going to sort through this opal, have a little bit of a look. I'm going to bag the opals up individually with their starting carat weight, and that way I can kind of get into the habit of documenting how much it started off with, and how much was lost in the cut, and being mindful of that, because that's really important when you're cutting opal. I've watched a lot of videos on this. There's some really good channels out there. Some of my favourite Aussie channels, Black Opal Direct, Roy's Rocks, 53 Frogs, Riley Gunn. He's absolute whiz at sharing information about the business of cutting and selling opals. Opal Mills is another really good one. I really enjoy it. He's been getting into the silversmithing, so that's kind of what one of my goals is, to from start to finish have a hand in processing and setting the stones, which I've got some making headway in that department as well too, which I'm really excited about. So with this parcel, I'm going to weigh each stone up, bag it, mark the bag with the starting weight. I might even make little notes as to what I might need to do with this particular stone, and then move on from there, and just one at a time process the stone till it's finished, and then if it's good enough, maybe looking at setting it in silver. So that's kind of the plan for this video. I hope you enjoyed the process of this. I'll be wetting the stones up so we get a look at the wet look of the stone. I've got my little torch there as well too, so I'll be having a look inside of it. Hopefully the camera will play the game, and we can get some good footage of all of this. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them or find out for you. Awesome. Okay, so moving right along. 3, 2, 1, action Jackson. Okay. bit better set up now. So what we're going to do is going to have a little looky at the stone dry, weigh it up, then another looky with it wet, and then we'll shine the torch through it and see if we can identify any issues that we might have. Then we're going to tag it and bag it, and the process begins. Woohoo! We'll start with this big chunky monkey here. I'll have a little look-see. So, got some nice blue opal going on in this one. Nice little river going through the middle of it. A little bit up the top here as well too. Got some pretty heavy sand going through it, and some pretty gnarly fractures as well too. So the first thing to do on this one's probably going to be some cutting. Look at that, it's got like a little floating island in there. That's just waiting to pop out. A few other little fractures going on there. So this stone's probably going to end up being quite a few stones by the looks of it. Got some heavy sand on the top here as well too. Need to get rid of that. Starting weight of this one, and if I do end up splitting it into more than one rock, it's going to all end up in the same bag, so I can get a final total on the weight. So this one comes in at 69 carats. 69 on the bag. I'll put it in one of these bigger bags here. Maybe I should use a bit of paper. I think some paper might be in order. Where's my trusty scissors? There we go. Bam. Do a few of these up. Bag it and tag it. Oh, so looking forward to getting set up outside too. I've got to work out some sort of shade because the sun here in the Queensland summer is insane, and just ain't got time for skin cancers and all that sort of jazz. So getting some protection is important. So what did we say this one was? 69. 9 CT and sandy, fractured, cut. I understand all of that. I hope you do too. So it's pretty sandy, it's pretty fractured, and it needs cutting. So in the bag it goes, and we got the 69 carats starting weight. Oh, actually, I'll put cut multi, so I know what I'm on about. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is where past self has to be a little bit nice to future self. In the bag it goes. In with the rock. And we're off to the races. There we go. Bam. Whew. Alright. Oh no, we're missing a whole heap of steps, aren't we? I promised you we'd have a look at it wet. We'll do that. Oh no. Oh, I might have to sticky tape that on or something. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. I've got masking tape. Hold on one second. Hold on. Now I can't find masking tape. There we go. Oh toad. Look out that way. There is my nice green toad. Stop looking. Stop looking. Okay. Alrighty. Right. So 69, CT, Sandy, fractured, cut, into multi. There it is. Alright, that's a bit of a better system, isn't it? Okay, that's a little bit more pro. I'll get rid of these. I'll turn them into origami. That's not one. Not. Okay, so let's have a look. We've had a look at it. Had a look at it dry. Now a little look at it wet. Oh, we're getting a bit chaotic over here. Look at this. Let's get a little bit OCD here. Alright, so we'll wet it up a little bit. Oh, look at that. That is so vibrant. Oh yeah. I think we might get a few nice little stones out of this one. Yeah, might need to cut along here. I'll stand it back a bit and see what happens. Next step. I'll just get me a little torch ready. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Well, that goes all the way through. That's nice. Oh yeah, and there's a floating bottom colour bar there. So it goes, oh yeah, that's going through. Oh, we could get lucky with this one. Not quite. Oh yeah, bit of sand in there. Yeah, that's not going through, but yeah, that's got potential. That could be the king stone. Well, that didn't take long to dry out either, too. Okay, I'll bag that one. Nice. That could have quite a few nice little stones in that. Alright, we'll roll with the big ones still. This one, another bluey. Nice kind of colour bar there on a soft kind of bluey grey potch. A little bit of darker grey potch in there as well too. Oh yeah, that goes all the way through. Some big chunky holes there as well too. Where's my little stick? Little pointy stick. So yeah, some there and through there is probably going to give me a bit of grief, and up through here. Yeah, pretty holy. Hopefully I might be able to get something out from under here. Well, it looks chunky monkey here, so never know. I'll be rubbing this one back a bit further. And the good thing about the rubs is a lot of the work's already done for you. So, right, but they haven't revealed the curtain on the final act, like the reveal of the magic. So we're close, but there's still a bit of work to go and some fun to be had. So this one comes in at, oh, that's a little bit smaller, 51 carats. I'll just write 51 carats. C2. And it just needs to be rubbed back more. So that'll be an easy one to do. It may need cutting. We'll see what happens when we try and get down to that colour bar. But yeah, that's a nice one as well too. Now the colours aren't highly sought after, like they're not, a lot of I think it's the reds are the kind of most prized. But I like the blues. I think the blues look really, really nice. So they're still kind of otherworldly. And yeah, I think it'll turn out real nice, this one. So now that we've had a look at it dry, we'll give it a little drink and see how it looks after a bit of water. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, it's really lighting up there, like that blue is really striking, so we might get some nice, really hopeful for this side. Well, this side even too, like it's pretty thick there and it's pretty thick there. Just looking at the contour of the stone as well too, like hopefully somewhere in here I'm hoping to find a gem. So in this meaty section here, because we've got a bit of height there and a bit of height there, just starting to come up on it. Hopefully this doesn't go all the way through. I'm really hoping that. But either way, get rid of all the sand, see what lies beneath, and then take it from there. So yeah, that's mad rub, and we'll have a look at it with the torch, see how that looks. Are we able to see through? Oh yeah, we can see a bit through the top there. It's not penetrating all the way through, which is a little concerning. But it just could be because of the state, how it's getting a bit through there. You can see it glowing. Yeah, up here. This is where I'm hopeful, like up in this section here. In the big meaty part of it all. A bit awkward here because I've got the stand in front of me. Yeah, getting a bit of glow penetrating through. That's hopeful. That is hopeful. Hopefully that I can feel there that it's pretty chunky monkey with the sandbar there, but hopefully it doesn't go too deep down. Hopefully it just comes to this level here. Again, this one's a very hopeful stone. Yeah, this one's got a bit of potential, I reckon. Okay, tagged, bagged. Moving on to the next one. Alrighty. This one. Oh yeah, this one. Slowly working through them. Thanks for hanging out. If you've stayed this far in, you're an absolute legend. Okay, that's a bit crazy. In real life, that's purple. So, that's a little bit crazy. But that's pretty nice looking little bar there. Oh, let's go. It's going all the way around. So that is real nice. Yeah, that's funny. That's in real life that's grey and that's purple. So that kind of sucks a little bit. Must be just the lighting. But you get the idea of the vibrancy at least and the contrast. I wonder if I can do some colour correcting on the fly. Ooh. Oh, a little bit. That's close. White balance, that might be it. Ooh, whoa. Well, that's a little bit closer to it. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's kind of gone a bit warm. A bit too warm. Whoa, it's cold as ice. That seems to be making it worse. Exposure. Woo! Let's burn out. Or we'll go to the dark side. Sorry, guys. Oh, that was a tangent. Anyway, it still looks nice. Leave that alone. Back at it. Okay. So yeah, it looks like there's like a stone floating on top of another stone here too. So there's my little pointy thing. So yeah, along here, that might benefit from a cut. See how we go there. I want to, yeah, where I can cut. I'd rather cut where I can cut instead of grinding away and wasting. Trying to be a bit frugal and minimise the shrinkage. Like I said, I'm trying to get in the habit of, documenting the, starting and finishing carrot weight and trying to be a little bit more conservative there. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. See, look, there's a little wink of opal in there as well too. So maybe if I cut it down here and then came at the colour bar in that direction, leaving that back there, that might turn into something. Oh well, we'll have a look. So what do we got carrot wise? .65 carats starting weight. And just writing this down. What did we say? 23.65 CT, maybe split. I think that would be a nice and simple explanation there. And here's one of these little bags too. Alright. There they are. I hope you guys don't find this tedious. This is kind of all part and parcel with what I work at rock sometimes. Sometimes you got to do a little bit of admin, a little bit of documentation. And by doing this as well too, like it builds the skill set up, and it makes buying opals a little bit easier, because you can start looking, like if you can start by working the harder stuff and challenging yourself, then there's a lot of people shy away from it, and it's a lot more accessible and a lot more affordable. So with this sort of stuff, like I'm really pushing the limits, but I'm really hopeful that I can get at least a couple of good stones out of this lot. There's some material in here that may need me to step up and have a crack at doing doublets, which is something else that I've been really interested in learning how to do with opals. So this parcel is going to be like, the lessons I'll learn from this one parcel is invaluable and worth 100 or if not 1,000,000 times more than what I paid for the rocks to begin with. So that's something to think about when you are getting started off. Like, if a little bit deterred by the price range and the starting price of a certain material, just think, not only will you get, hopefully a nice, polished stone at the end of your experience, but the experience itself is priceless. And the more times you do something, you start building those neural pathways into the brain, and it just becomes second nature. And then next minute you're an opal cutter or a gem cutter or an agate cutter or whatever stone or whatever skill set that you're trying to learn. So it all starts with that first step, and sometimes making things a bit harder for yourself at the very beginning pays off dividends in the end. So something to think about. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm getting ahead of myself. We didn't wet it up to have a look. Went into rant and tangent mode. So wet it up, and we'll also shine the torch through it. So there we go. Look at that. There's some nice kind of flash happening there. Now, because like the trade-off with some of this stuff is you might not have the spectrum of colours, but the colours that you do have are vibrant. That's one thing I'm a little bit fussy when it comes to my opal. Like, I'd rather have one really solid, flashy color, bright colour than all the really expensive colours, but in a duller stone, not as bright. I really like the wow factor of opal, and when it pops and you don't need to squint your eyes or get it in the right angle, I think that's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. So this stuff I really like for that. Now I'll just get the torch happening. The rubber bands aren't working as good as they used to. I might have to get some more of those. Oh yeah, that's shining through a fair way. That's good. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's what we're talking about. That's gone all the way through. That makes me happy. There's a little bit of a split there by the looks of things. That top stone, that's clear and free. That looks pretty good. Yeah, there might be a few fractures might muck me up, but even the bottom part, that's coming through pretty nice. There's some sandy bits there. Yeah, fracture there. Straight fracture right there, you can see it. See how the light doesn't go kind of past it? Same on this side. That's looking pretty good. That's promising. That top bit's very promising. Might get something really nice out of that. Alright. Let's put that away. got a few more to go. I think this is going to end up being a long video. I hope you guys don't mind. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for the music that I'm using in the background here too. It is all music from the YouTube free library. It's royalty free. I put up a video just recently and I've been making my own little music loops to use in my production, and I got hit with a copyright notice. It wasn't an infringement or anything like that. I've disputed it because I made the music out of loops that I purchased legitimately and for this very purpose. So the copyright's all good on it, but yeah, bloody AI got me. I'm not happy about that, so I put in a complaint. I've got all the evidence there to, you know, prove that, you know, I put the loops together from loop packs that I purchased. And they're legitimate and allowed to be used in creative projects. The copyright is fine. Someone's made a track using the same loops, I suspect, and have copyrighted their track, but they can't really do it when it comes to, you know, the loops that they've used, unless they've cleared the loops with the artist who made them. Then yeah, and then he wouldn't be able to sell those loops anymore on the platform that he does sell them. So it's, yeah, a bit of a funny one, but I've specifically started making my own music to avoid all this sort of trouble, because people made comment on some of the music I was using, and I like my music. I've spent a big amount of my life in the music industry, doing live concerts, like lighting and audio and all sorts of things like that. And yeah, to get pulled up on copyright infringement, I was like, oh man, no, not cool. So hopefully YouTube will come to the party. I've used that particular loop as well in a whole heap of stuff, so hopefully it doesn't cascade and trigger a whole heap more things for me to deal with as far as copyright goes. I've been really trying hard to avoid all of that and do the right thing. So it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Anyway, end rant. I'll get back into it. Earthquake. No, not really. We did have one recently though. Let's see. Let's have a look at this little flat bicky. Let's get out of rant mode and back into Opal mode. Hey, didn't come here to listen to me up on about YouTube copyright. Anywho, so this one's been done to a very thin layer. It does look like there might be a little bit going on there, but this might be a sacrificial one. Not 100% sure. Might end up broken up into chips. Well, there's a bit of colour there. I might need to put this on the flat lap and just flatten it out that side, flatten it out that side, and then yeah, I think this might have to pull out the old flat lap for some of these ones, especially if I'm going to end up doing doublets or even having a crack at a triplet. I think flat lap is going to be my best friend with some of these ones. So lay this one up. I reckon this one's going to be maybe 20 carats. Oh, not far off. 18.85. Yeah, that one don't want to take too much off of. Actually, it might be a good Dremel carver. It might, yeah. Let's see how we go. So 18.9 CT. And I'll just put flat for that one, just to give me something to think about. That can go on there, so I'm not going to get distracted this time. Go straight to the wetting it up and having a look. There we go. Aha, I remembered this time. A bit of dark potch on there. I didn't notice that before. That's a bit interesting. So that's it all wet up. Yeah, it's starting to show a bit more colour, a little bit more promise. That seems to be penetrating through. It looks like they're real close. There might be some big kind of islands of sand in there that might muck me up. That'll, once I kind of identify those, there's a bit of pitting in there as well too, so I think this might end up being the top, and I might need to flatten this out as the bottom. This one, yeah, it could just evaporate into nothing. As one of the club members would say, once the smoke's out of the can, you can't put it back in. I think they've come real close on this one. Focus. There we go. I didn't pay a king's ransom for this parcel too. Like, I'm sure I got looked after because I'm a club member, but also, yeah, there's no cattle stations on the line with this stuff. It's just a beginner's, or not so much a beginner's, but a cutter's parcel. A little bit of a tricky one, but there's hours of fun in this as well too. That's the other side of it, you know. And gaining experience and learning by doing. Like that's where it's at. Like, it's all good watching all these videos and knowing stuff, but there's nothing like hands-on experience to learn, to build those neuro pathways. Doesn't look like it's kind of penetrating through much. Make my finger glow a little. That's a bit ominous. Not getting much light penetrating through, or there's a bit. So this layer here might be real thick. So getting a bit of light penetrating through there. Once I get rid of a bit more of this sand, oh yeah, here we go. Oh, that's a bit more promising. There we go, look at that light penetration. We're pretty close there, so there's lots of undulation going here, so that's a little bit concerning on the top there. But the light penetration is unreal. Hopefully that means there might be something really nice just points of millimeters away. They might just be like right on the cusp of breaking through. Oh, look at that. That is some good light penetration. There it is. Alright. So that one is 18.9 carats and flat lap. Oh, getting a bit thirsty, getting a drink of my coffee. Alrighty. Have a look at this one next. Have a look at this. Have a look at this, mate. Mate. Have a look at it. It's like a little wedge. Kind of looks like a little angry seahorse head. Big knobby of sand on the top there. That's got to go. A nice little seam. and then it kicks up and goes sideways. So now it looks like there's a bit showing through there. There's me pointy thingy. So a little bit going through there. It seems to be winking at me a little bit there as well too. This goes through all the way around. So needs a bit more rubbing back. They've done this side. The big thing with cutting opals is trying to get rid of all the sand. Like, leaving sand in is not, it just takes away so much from the, not only the price range, but the aesthetic of it. I think, yeah, you can get just the pure opal part. That can be nice. It's a whole different story when you're dealing with boulder opal. Like, it's the contrast of the different materials that make up boulder opal that give it its aesthetic, I believe. But when you're dealing with this kind of opal, it's, yeah, you want it free and clear of all faults, fractures and inclusions, like for the most part, unless it's something like a fossil replacement, then I think it might be a little bit okay to have inclusions. But with seam opal, yeah, I think you just want all the goodness, none of the rubbish. So, alrighty, I've had a good look at that one. Gone to sleep, saving my battery, appreciate that. Oh, I reckon this one might be 16 carats. Oh, look at that, bingo. Oh, what a guess. Oh, come on, go down. Oh, 0.5 of the carat off, a nailing it. I would have loved working in a delicatessen. That would have been my whole shtick, just trying to get the weights perfect for the customers. Alright, 16.05 CT. And we're a bit sandy. So we need to take the sand down. And that's all we really need to do at this stage. Once we get the sand down, then we can take it from there, make some decisions. That's the other thing I like about cutting opal. It's a bit of a process, bit of troubleshooting and problem solving. Like, that's, yeah, something I really like about cutting rocks is trying to achieve something, you know, a specific outcome, and then working out how to get to there. Oh, oh, there's a bit of green showing in there now. Oh, here we go. Definitely need to knock that sand off and have a close look at what's going on. Maybe some leveling out again. This might be a good flat lap one, but I need, because it dips down in there, you can see how it kind of dips, and there might even be like a second colour bar underneath that there. That there might be another colour bar, so I might need to just, that might be a Dremel job, that one, getting rid of that. It's got a bit of a curve what we need to deal with. Yeah, some blue green, like teal kind of showing through there. A few flashes of green up in here. So this could be another little promising one as well too. Now these could end up as like very small accent stones or ring stones. So we'll wait and see how we go with that. Now let's try and line this up a bit. Oh yeah, getting a bit of penetration. Oh, Look at that light up. That's promising. That is very promising. A bit up the top there. I've got some very thin saw blades for the Dremel as well too. There might be some thin slicing going on with a few of these. Oh, look at that. That's going all the way through. Can't really see up in there. Yeah, look at that. That's some awesome light penetration going on there. Oh, it looks like we might have like a little crack going in here. I might need to fish that out as another stone. Oh, get hectic here. Oh yeah, look at that. Happy days, happy days. Tag it, bag it, moving on to the next one. Woohoo. So how many have we got so far? So there's 5 so far out of this parcel. And each showing a little bit of promise. We're not going to be retiring on this stuff, sadly. I'm already retired, but that's another story. But yeah, again, this is just going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to. I've got a table stand that I'm going to convert into a carving station. Been looking into like how they do all those really crazy animal statues and over in Asia, and they all use a thing called a point carver. Like a lot of the jade carvers use point carvers, and I've kind of MacGyvered one using a motor and a chuck, and but it's a little bit sketchy because it's got electricals exposed and you've got water dealing with it. Another way I've seen people do it is with drill presses, and they mount them sideways. The whole point is to have the burrs sideways, so you can use, and hands free, so you can use both your hands to control the rock you're carving, and you can get a lot more precision out of it that way. It eliminates like the burrs skating off, which sometimes happens when you do carving by hand. That sucks when that happens. It's a whole heap of sanding back when you do it. So so I'm looking forward to having a play around with that. That cordless setup I've got will be great to setting up a little carving station just like that. So and because it's cordless and it can keep the battery away from it, that's going to be a bonus as well, safety wise. Alright, enough yibby yabbering. Let's have a look at this one. Now I've already know what's going on with this one. This one is a nice little bit of crystal opal going on there. Say hello to that juiciness. Look at that. Oh yeah. This is lovely. Very, very cool. This one's going to be fun to finish off. This one might get a cut as well too. You can kind of see how it kind of shelves, like there's like a little bit of a step down. That usually indicates that there's some kind of fracture going on the inside here, and you kind of get a hint of it there. It might not be too lucky in the fracture department here, but that's okay, because there's enough meat on the bones here to maybe get 2 stones, like tuk tuk. And again, we're going to opt for cutting over grinding away, and try and keep the carrot optimized for yieldage. Okay, so that last one was 16. I was pretty close. This one I think's gonna be maybe lucky. This one I think will be around, I'd say about 10 carats. Let's see how good I am at guessing. Oh, that's a bit more than 10 carats. That's okay. That's good. Maybe that's the psychic cognitive precog conclusion of what it might end up as. Nah, it's going to lose a lot more than 3 carats, I reckon. So that's 12.95 CT. And Sandy. Alrighty. What's the fun? I wasn't going to do any Opal videos for a while because everyone over in the States all went to Spencer Opal mine and they're all bringing out Opal videos, so it wasn't kind of my whole plan on doing Opal videos for a while, but opportunity knocked and these came up, and I want to kind of treat this parcel a little bit more mindfully, so that's why we're doing what we're doing today. Alrighty, I'll have a look at this one wet. Oh, disco! Look at that. Oh, straight through. Look at that. You can see my finger behind it. That is sick. That is so cool. Oh, giggity. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. This may end up being a doublet for sure, just with how clear it is. So I don't think there's any backing potch on this one. I think that's all sand. So this is just like a little jelly crystal piece of goodness. Got some nice little flash of colour coming through. I've got some obsidian that I can back this onto, but also the lady who I bought this off said she's got a mountain of black potch. And we're gonna, I think between us, we're gonna work out how to do some doublets. So that's gonna be fun. And look at that. That's just like pure jelly crystal. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, let's have a little look through and through. The whole thing lights up. That is wicked. Sorry, getting my little end wet there. Look at that. Look at, I should have saved this one for last. Holy hell, that is just, doesn't, a bit of sand penetrating through. But, that is just, yum, speechless. Yum, 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 nom, 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 jump. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if we can see if it steps down into a fracture. A bit hard to see. It might be hiding under that sand there. That is sick. Alright. Tag it, bag it. Moving on to the next one. How many more have we got to go? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I'm grouping these two together because they're special ones. There's 13 more to go. Hope you guys don't mind sticking around. Alright, we'll have a look at this one. This one looks like it's pretty good to go. Like they've gotten it a fair way down. Just might need a bit of polishing up a bit, tidying it up a bit. Oh, that looks like it might be a fracture in there. Oh, this one, oh, looks like a few little fractures going on in there. Oh, that's a bit sad. Oh, yeah, it's a bit all over the place, this one. Never know, I might be able to tidy it up. This could just be a little specimen piece. Might not be fit for jewellery, but I might be able to polish it up and get something that looks a little bit nice out of it. Not everything needs to be, set in jewellery. Sometimes it's just nice to have a little piece of that particular place, like that little Opalite that I scored the other week. It's little, it's funky, it brought so much happiness, as much happiness as all this Opal does. And it's just, all it's ever going to be is just a little cube that I look at with the black light from time to time and get those happy endorphins kicking in. So look at that, yeah, some fractures going on there. Alright, this one I reckon is going to be probably about 6 carat. Come on. Oh, 7.75 carat. Alrighty. 7.5 CT and just tidy. Just a little tidy up. Tidy and polish. Alrighty. So we'll have a look at it wet. Hopefully there's some nice colour coming through. I reckon there will be. I've got a funny feeling, even though it's fractured up a bit. Don't know. Oh yeah, a little wink there. Yeah, might need to just come down a smidge more. Yeah, little winks of blue there, and purple. Let's see what happens when we bring the torch to it. Whoop, hunko there. Yeah. Oh, yep. There's the fractures we're seeing. Oh yeah, that's very definitive there, isn't it? Well, that could just be sanding marks, so... Yeah, because the light's going through, that might just be sanding marks or cutting marks. I hope so. Get the light penetrate through. Not all the way, it's a bit cloudy in there. A bit sandy on the back there. Like I said, a little bit more finessing of the shape. And a polish, this might end up being just a nice little specimen stone. I keep dipping the end into the water there. Hey, stop it. Yeah, that might just... well, that's weird. Feels like a crack, but yeah, it could just be sanding or cutting marks. Alright. Tagged and bagged. Alright. Next one. Another bluey. We've got a little floating island of sand here. That could cause trouble, so possibly cut. There. Might be a 2-stoner. Got a little bit of little islands of sand everywhere through this one. Could be troublesome. Could be trouble. This stuff's got that real nice dark potch layers through it. So yes, and just sitting above there, look at that, like a little bit of the darkness, a little bit of the blue. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, that's looking okay there too. But I think, yeah, that colour bar, well, that's a 0.1 of a mil down by the looks of it. But you see through there. Basically, like constantly turning the stone around, seeing that if you can kind of see through the stone or see it at different angles to see how deep the sand goes. So that's where the torch really helps as well too. Yeah, this has potential. They all got a little bit of potential. They're not total rubbish. They're not like, you know, they're not all king stones, but it's not total rubbish. So, alrighty, I had you on. I thought I was being clever. Oh, that looks a little bit better. Oh, look at that. There we go. A little bit of clear jelliness going through there. What do you reckon? I reckon this is eight carats. Oh, not far off the mark. 8.75. Oh, last one was 7.75. What's going on there? 8.75 CT. And what did we say? Just a bit more of a rub, I reckon. Didn't look like it needed cutting. It didn't look like it, yeah. Oh, it did, didn't it? Oh no, I did say cut it. Oh, I might put cut there. Cut as well too. Rub and cut. This depends on how deep that sand goes. Snip, snip, snip. Got my little tag. Alright, I think once we get this one wet, it's going to really show a lot more promise. Let's have a little look-see there. Alright, how are we looking now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's a little bit more promising. A little pocket of jelly goodness. Yeah. So getting it wet gives you a bit of an indication of what it's going to look like when it's polished. That's the goal. I've got some really good polishing powder for these opals too from a good buddy at Roy's Rocks. He's super cerium oxide and he's aluminium oxide. I don't just use it on opals, I use it on a heap of stuff. It is good. He's got some really cool stuff on his website. Another good place for cool lapidary supplies for doing opal is Riley Gunn at 53 Frogs. He's got some really cool templates that I like using, and I think I've gotten a few things from him. But yeah, I really do like supporting some of the locals. I'm talking of Aussie suppliers. I've got to give a shout out to the Doc at Pulitzer Opals. He is over there in the States, but he might as well be an honorary Australian with his amazing knowledge and passion for Australian opals. He is the godfather on YouTube of opals in the world, as said by me and probably a lot of other people. Oh, look at that one. That's wicked. That's going to be fun. These are all going to be lots of fun. Summer fun. Yay. Alright, let's have a look at this chunky monkey next. Oh, got it a little bit wet. Dry it off a little bit. Let's have a little look. We've got some sanding lines there. Hopefully they're not too deep. They look a little bit gougy. A few little islands of sand, but they're real little. We've got a pretty distinct seam going on there. There's potential. Not seeing much flash coming, but that could be because it's roughly sanded. But most of the sand on the top's gone. The bottom's still got a bit. I'd like to get rid of as much as that. Maybe flatten it out a little bit. Again, this might be a flat lap jobby. Also, I'll have a better idea once I do a bit of work on these, which ones will end up being doublets or not. So it's some of it, like I'm looking at it now going, yes, could be a doublet. But I won't know until I get rid of, like, you know, a whole heap of sand off the back like on this one. So we will see. We will see. So this one, whoops. What did we reckon this one? It's a bit bigger than the last two, so I'm going to say maybe 9.5 carats. See how good I am at guessing. Oh, way out. Oh, that's a big chunky monkey. Look out. What do we got? 14.4. Oh, it farted and lost 0.5 of the 14.4 CT. And what did I say with this one? Flat lap. We'll do a flatty. Now, I think with a lot of these, I think with the doublets, I'll try and make them calibrated. Because the doublets would look nice set in jewellery. But for the... where's my little bags? Some little bags. I don't need these ones anymore. There. Yeah, with the I think with a lot of the other stones, they'll probably be more on the freeform side, just because there's, you know, dealing with some difficulties, and yeah, I don't think all of it will be calibrated, but the doublets I reckon will be good for calibrated stones. Again, good practice to get into. Little bit of freeform, let your spirit fly, and then a little bit of disciplined conforming to a shape. I'm not getting a lot of player colour there. There's little winks of blue down the bottom here, but it's looking a little bit wishy-washy, but it might end up just being a pretty stone. I think maybe down the bottom there, that might be a little stone. It also looks like it's a little bit crazed as well too. I could be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. It does look a little crazed up there. So that could be a little bit disastrous too. So, oh yeah, getting a little bit more blue coming through there. But yeah, it does look kind of veiny and crazed a little bit. So you can kind of see where it looks like it's cracked. But that might be self-healed as well too. So it doesn't feel like it's all fractured, but might just need a good drink. That might be the other thing too. I have a look at it with the torch. We're getting through them. Not too many more to go. Thanks for hanging out with us today as well too, and watching, supporting the channel. Appreciate all of yous. Oh yeah, bit of light penetrating on that side. Oh, not much on that side. Yeah, and on the opposite side. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning. There might be some issues with this one. And we go through there, and down on the top here. Yeah, Not a lot of hopes for this one. Not a lot of hopes. But that's okay. That's okay. Again, I'll polish it up and it might just end up being a little specimen stone. It's nice to have little stones, like little specimen stones, you know, to give away as gifts as well too. So all is not lost. You know, even just a little kind of sparkle of colour, if you show that to a little kid, they will love it. So we do a sandpit at our regular agricultural show at Maryborough, and the sandpit, we just put in the little chips and offcuts of all the stuff that we've been cutting throughout the year, and the kids love it. It's such a good fundraising idea. Like, we got like some sieves out in the trailer, and yeah, it's $5. They get 2 shovel loads, and they walk away with so many cool rocks. Like, if I was a kid, I would like be stoked, and some of them are just over the moon. Like, they know they got treasure right there in their hot little hands, eh? So yeah, so that, you know, some of this stuff might end up in the trailer. I've been saving all my offcuts, and I've been a bit, you know, more generous with my offcuts than I normally are, like so that we can contribute to the trailer fund. So you know, it gets the kids into it, and it's a good, healthy, you know, hobby to have as well too. Like, you're out in nature, you're getting exercise, looking at rocks, learning about geology, learning about science. Yeah, lots of cool pluses to getting into rocks, I reckon. Alright, that's enough yibber yabbering. Let's have a look at another one. Oh, this one. Look. Right there. Can you see it? Can you see it? I can. Hope you guys can. That blue is winking at us and saying, "G'day. Polish me." Oh, there. See? That teal blue just on the edge here. Look out. Look out. This one's got a little bit of jelliness going about it too. A lot of sand, but hopefully there's a gem in there that we can extract. Alright, so before it goes off, I'm going to say 13 carats for this one. Bam! How is that? I could play this game all day. 13.65 carats. See? Hopefully, yeah, once I get through cutting these, I'll work out like the percentage of how much is lost, just to get an idea. We'll do an overall weight of the whole parcel once I'm done. It's a bit of a challenge, like I said myself here, but like I said, summer is coming, and there's going to be plenty of times that it's going to be too hot inside, and sitting outside carving some opal, drinking a nice cool drink with the breeze going is going to be unfriggin' real, I reckon. So, sandy rub. Don't think it's gonna need cutting, that one. One looks like it's gonna be pretty good to go. Again, it might not end up as a jewellery piece, but I think it's gonna be a little cracker of a specimen piece. Alright, snip. Tagged and bagged, ready to have a look at wet. 13 carats. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, yep, there it is. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? It's winking. It's winking. It's doing the Night Rider. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, giggity, giggity, giggity. Hello. Hello. What's underneath this? That's going to be the big question. That's not a bad little rub, that one. Not a bad little rub. That has definitely got to go. Most of that bit's gone. This could be a bit of a tricky one. This might end up, it might not be avoidable. I might not be able to avoid a lot of loss on this one. Trying to get to those colour bars. They look pretty damn juicy. Let's see if the light penetrates all the way through. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, whammy. Oh, we'll get a bit of penetration at the back. Yeah, cutting through there. Oh, that's a bit promising. Okay. Some of these have just been tumbled as well too. They haven't been fully rubbed. Some of them have had a rub treatment. Yeah, that one is definitely going to be a bit more of a rub back. Alrighty. Let's have a look at this one. This one's got a bit of black going. Oh yes, let's have a look at this one for sure. So we got a nice seam going through there. Oh, bit of sand. That's a bit of a bugger. Le bugger, as the French would say. A bit of sand up top. Looking a little bit cratery as well too. Bit pitted. Well, I don't like seeing pitting. Pitting is a mofo. Some sanding marks there, but that colour is nice. That's a nice little bit of colour there. And we've got some swirly potch formation happening here, but that right there, that's what we're looking at. That's definitely going to look nice wet. Alright, what's your guess? I'll let you have a think about it for a second. I reckon this one's going to be around the maybe... Ooh, little disco going on in that fracture there. I reckon this one's going to be about 8 carats. Oh, I was close. 9.85 CT. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. This one's a bit tricky. This one might be a flat lap as well too. So, oh, it's gone up and just ate something. 9.95 CT. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to have to cut some of it just by the looks of that fracture, so cut and rub. Cut and rub, I reckon. Not cut and run, cut and rub. Oh, that's a bit yuck. I like that one. Better. Alrighty. Now let's have a little looky at it. Wet. I think it's going to really pop wet. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That looks awesome. Oh, sorry, just getting a bit. Yeah, that's electric. Getting a little bit of that teal blue, almost turquoisey blue, but that is nice. So there might be a little stone in there, like maybe kind of at the end here. And it's got some of that potch at the back too, which I'm hoping will stay. Don't know how deep, but yeah, there's some pitting and some sand. Like, yeah, you can kind of see the pitting that, like at that angle. Get it a bit closer. Kind of looks a little bit like trouble. Looks a little bit like trouble. But there's all of that. So I mean, this could be the back as well too, which if set strategically right, you might not ever see. So that's something to think about as well too. Are you able to hide yucky backs in the setting of the jewelry? Is that ethical? Is the next question. Is that ethical? I think maybe if you did that to maybe disclose that, yeah, the back's a little bit rough, but if, yeah, maybe if you're gluing it in, that actually plays to an advantage. So, yeah, something to think about. Something to think about. It's still a nice little piece. I like how that kind of wishy-washy ways. Did we get the torch on this yet? No, I don't think we have. Alright, torch is cold. Let's have a look. This could be the factor. Oh yeah. Oh, we are getting a bit of penetration of the light going through the stone. A few kind of dark patches in there. That could be the darker potch. Getting a bit of light penetration, and I can kind of see it on the other side there too, so that might be alright. Yeah, there we're getting a bit of disco. Yeah, that's showing a bit of potential at the back there. Light goes all the way through there, and then we've got that little step fracture there, which definitely needs some attention. Well, that's going all the way through as well too. Definitely needs cutting, that one. Cut and a rub, as I put down. Alright, we're getting through it. We're getting through it, folks. Hope you're getting a good little fix. I know it's not the most stunning opal, but hopefully I'm able to, share a little bit of the madness of opal with you guys. Alright, let's have a look at this jagged. Oh, yeah, let's have a look at this jagged little piece. Can you see it already? Yeah, I bet you can. We've got a really nice blue teal seam going through there. Super thin. Very, very thin. That's gonna be a little bit challenging to sneak up on. Got a little bit up top here. Kind of bumps up a little bit there, like almost kind of get a fork in the river. Yeah, it does. And that's a bit yucky in there. Yeah, not sure about this one again. There seems to be a bit of meat here. But yeah, that yuckiness kind of, that might be why it's split there. It is a very thin seam to chase. Alright, what's the guess on the weight? This has got a bit of weight to it. I'm going to say 11. 11 carats? Oh, not too far off. Not too far off. Not sure what to do with this one. A little bit. Might need to just rub it back a heap more. .75 CT. Okay, that might be just a little rub and roll, I think. So when I say roll, I mean like roll the edges. I don't think it's going to end up as a jewelry piece, but if I can roll the edges over and like expose a bit more of that play of colour, again, it might make a nice little specimen stone. Maybe actually that might be a nice carver. One to carve up as well too. Alright, that's that. Let's see if water kind of brings out any more. Oh, there's a little bit weight there. Yeah, it's a nice little vibrant, thin, super wafer thin seam in there. It kind of doubles up on the back end there. Yeah. Yeah, it could be a little carver. Just kind of come from the top down and try and meet as much of that as you can. Yeah, until you hit the colour bar, I'm not sure what's going to go on. Hopefully that sand won't be too much of an issue. Hopefully. Alrighty, let's have a look at this chunky monkey. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Blink. Winking at us. Hello. Hello. Some cut marks going on there. Oh, a bit of the darker potch with the blue on top. That looks a little bit see-through as well too. Could be a bit gemmy. Oh, that looks a little bit fractured there, and some pitting and sand. All the sand's got to go off the top there. So there's still some islands of sand there. This might be a rub and cut. Rub and cut and run. Yeah. Rub and cut and run. Oh, we're getting a bit of that kind of tealy blue at the back end there. That's looking alright. Alright, this one, I'm going to go 10 carats. Oh, off by way off. 13.5 CT, 0.15, sorry. What did I say? Rub and cut. Oh, that's lunch. Oh, it's close enough anyway. Alright, let's see. I think that's going to light up. Oh, yeah, pretty spectacularly. Oh, yeah. There it is. That's pretty bright. I like that. I like that. I like it. Well, I thought it was a bit of green, but it's the screen. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not down with all the pattern names. I know a couple of them, like Pinfire and Harlequin, but yeah, not really sure. This is kind of painted strokes or maybe chaff. I don't know. I'll have to do a bit more research onto that. That looks a bit nice. It looks a little bit see-through all the way, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully not too many fractures. Let's see how it lights up. Oh yeah, getting some good penetration. Oh yeah, that's a glowing. That is a glowing. That is very promising. Looks like there might be something going on in the middle there that might be blocking the light coming through. Yeah, there's the sand there, so that might end up being 2 stones. See how it's not quite. Oh no, that's going through there. Oh. If I go. Oh, oh, actually, no, that is going all the way through. That's looking pretty good. Don't know how deep that sand on that side is or on that side. But yes, that could be a goer for sure. It's all good. Yeah, you just never know sometimes. Like, they might not show much promise, And then you just get down to the right part of the stone and bam, it just all comes together. One thing I definitely want to exercise with this parcel is making the call whether to cut as opposed to grind away. It can be real devastating when your stone turns to dust and you didn't quite get to the colour bar, or you went past the colour bar, or yeah, they can be very devastating for sure. Alrighty, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the double up 6. We'll save that double up one for last, and we'll see why. And that last round, now we'll go biggest, a bit bigger. Alright, this one. Again, another bluey purpley one. Again, not the best opal, but this is going to be a good challenge. I don't know what's going on with this music. Good, yes. Go. That's a bit better, a bit funkier. Alright. So this one I reckon is going to be maybe 8.5 carats. Oh, get out. Get out. No way. I was 0.15 carats off the nail in it. Oh, that is unreal. Getting better at this game. So 8.65 CT. And what did I say? Yeah, it's going to be a cut and rub too. Cut and rub. There's not much sand on it, so it would be just a matter of getting to the meat and potatoes of it all. Ooh, starting to heat up. Working up a sweat. It's hard work, this opal stuff. Snip. I'm going to need a couple of more baggies. Bag it up, Chief. Alrighty. There we go. So, cut and rub again. Yeah, most of the sand's gone on this, so it's just going to be diving down to the colour bar and seeing what we get. It looks like the colour bar goes through pretty nicely on this one. It is, again, another thin colour bar, but there is some nice little bits of colour going through there. A little bit more promise. It looks like the colour bar kind of splits there. And a bit of that darker. I think that's the first time I've ever cut opal from this field too, so that's another plus to all of this is yeah, getting to experience opal from a different region. We're a bit spoilt that way here in Australia. I feel sorry for my American counterparts and friends from around the world. But you guys, like over in the States, have got your own special opals going on there, and you've got some stones we don't have over here in Australia. I really, on my bucket list is fire opal. Really want to have a go at carving some of that, and fire agates. I want to have a crack at doing some contour carving at some point in my life. And yeah, really like both of those stones. And one day I'll get my hands on some. I got my hands on some Opalite, never thought that was going to happen. So just never know. Yeah, we got Bit of light penetration, but I think, yeah, it's just going to be kind of find the colour and get it as polished, as close to the colour as we can. There's not going to be too much more sanding back on this stuff. I think my starting point will be minimum 600, but I might even start at like 1,000 grit with some of these because the colour is very close to the top. Let's have a look here. Wet it up. It looks pretty nice. All right, moving along. We're getting there. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. This is pretty friggin' awesome if you're still here. Alright, next chunky monkey. Oh, not so chunky. Whoop, what am I doing? Oh, look. Oh, I didn't guess. But I would have guessed about 8. 7.5 carats. Okay, write that down. Lock that one in, Eddie. Sorry for those that were playing the game. What am I doing? 7.5 CT. And oh, there's a bit sandy on the back there, eh? Sandy. That's very sandy. Sandy, sandy, sandy. Isn't that the chicken grease? Alright. So, oh, it lost a little bit of weight there. What's happening? Must be lunchtime. Yep, it is. It's getting close to lunchtime. Oh, I'm going to have to keep working through till we get done. We've only got a few more to go, so we're almost there. Yeah, so that one, a lot of sand on the top and bottom. Oh, bit of darkness, bit of yuckiness. Oh, bit of goodness. Little bit of goodness up the top there. So, might need to just get rid of the sand on that. Polish down, cut and polish down from this side down. Yeah, looks like there might be a little something in there. That bit's a bit yucky. We'll have to try and get rid of that. Hopefully that doesn't go too deep in. That's nice contrast in colours there. Alright, see how it looks wet. A little bit of winky winky. Hey, g'day. Hello. Saying hello to the world. A little bit of winky winky on this side. It's not real prominent, but I like the blueness of all this opal. Like, that's one thing I am kind of happy with. Let's see if that just pops right through. Oh, you're getting a bit of penetration happening there. Sorry, I keep dropping that in the drink. Oh yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That's a bit promising. Get that through this side. Not really, but there's that big black bar there that's kind of might be stopping it. That one here. Yeah. Definitely going to lose a lot of weight with all this sand at the back. Like that, all of that's going to come off. So, be interested to see what's underneath that. Not a total write-off, but yeah, it might be a nice little stone hidden away in there. Good thing about working with little stones is, like, it doesn't take much to cut them, doesn't take much to get them pre-polished, and doesn't take much to polish them. And if you've got a good amount of colour, the stone will do all the work for you. So, alright, this one's probably the next biggest piece. It's again another little thin seam. These probably definitely end up as doublets, I'd say. Oh, it thickens out there. That can be a bit of a bugger as well too. Excuse my North Queensland. And you kind of get like a wedge. So then you got to try and make it uniform, like level it out. It's something I'm very mindful of now when I'm cutting rocks on the saw. I make sure I'm getting nice straight uniform cuts. Yeah, this one's got a fair bit of sand at the top and a fair bit of sand at the... Well, not that much sand at the bottom, but I think this is a candidate for the doublet pile. And I reckon we're probably sitting about 4 carats with this one, maybe 5. I'll be generous and go 5. No, I was close, 4. Or 3.7. 3.6, alright. 3.6 CT and doublet. Double? Okay. Oh, I'm getting a bit parched. Oh, I went back up. Alrighty, here we go. On the home stretch, folks. And we get this one wetted up a little. A quick little look, donk. Oh yeah, there's a bit of colour showing there. Zoom, enhance, zoom, enhance. Boop, boop. Hey, focus. Yeah, there's some little bits protruding through the sand there that are of interest. Oh yeah, look, there's a little... That's probably why they stopped where they did there. They're like, oh, what's going on there? Let's have a look with the torch. Oh, there's some good penetration of light going through the whole stone, so that could be promising as well too. Okay, that's very, very promising. See, wouldn't have thought that just looking at it, but yeah, it doesn't look like there's much issues with the stone, like fracture-wise, or I don't know if that sand goes all the way through. This will be an interesting little one to cut for sure. Oh. Hey, let's tar that off. What's going on? You're bang silly buggers now. Oh, a little bit of water on there. That's why. A little spot of water. Gotta be careful there. Don't want to wreck me scales. Alright. 3 little more stacks to go. This one. Well, that's a little bit thicker. Not as thick as some. Got some nice blue showing there. Little bit of sand on top. The shape's pretty cool too. It's kind of like an arrow spear sort of shape. But yeah, that crack right there, that little hole in there, that's gonna give us some trouble. And there, unless we can sand down to it, maybe. That's got to come off. So yeah, just needs a little bit more work. Alright, I reckon this is going to be 3 carat. Oh yeah. Close enough. 3.3 CT. Yeah, just rub that back just a smidge more. That's all we need to do for that one. Like I said, the smaller stones don't take very long, so probably work through them first. And then tackle some of the bigger stones once I get a little bit more confident. That's a rub. I'll have a little look under with some water. Yeah, some nice little bit of colour play there. The blues, probably be a bit of purple in there. Yeah, that looks a bit yuck, that side, but this side has potential. And we're getting pretty close. I reckon I'm pretty confident that's going to glow a fair way through. Yeah, look, it was at a distance. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it looks pretty yucky up there. Yuck, but might be able to flatten it and hide it. That's looking a little bit more promising. There we go. Alright, one more of the chunks left and those two little slithers. And you'll see why I've held them off till the end. And they kind of end on a high note. Alright, this one, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? How much? What's your guess on the carat weight of this one? I reckon this is going to be 3.5. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. That's a bit alright. That's a bit alright indeed. Oh, some of that turquoise, a little bit of the blue, purpley. This is potential. Alright, I reckon. What's the last one? 3.3. I reckon this is going to be bang on 3 carats. Oh, come on. Nah, close. That one's a nice one. That one I think that just needs a little rub as well too. With the rubs as well too, I've got some precious metal clay that I might be able to make some funky little findings for them to attach them for pendants, possibly. And they're small enough that I can, sacrifice a bit of it for that. Oh, it's going up in weight. So what's that? That's 2.75 CT and rub-a-dub-dub. One more little bag for the 2 little slivers and a big bag to put all the little bags in. Alright, let's have a look at this. I reckon that's going to be nice with a bit of water. Yeah, that one's got some potential. That's some nice bright play of colour there. You could see it without it being wet. That's when you're buying opal in person, that's what you're kind of looking for. A lot of them are already wet, so that can make it a little bit hard, a bit of a sales trick, that one. Like these ones were in a bag with water, but I mean that's also advantageous in a way that you get to see what they look like polished, but also you're not getting an accurate weight, like weighed dry compared to weighed wet. I'd say it'd be a difference, but if you're paying per carat, that does that up. This one, it was more of a handful of rocks than per carat weight. So dry, it was just around 300 carats. So that's a nice little flash of colour there. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes if you sacrifice the colour range for the brightness, you end up with a better deal, I reckon. Oh yeah, getting a bit of green come through there now with the torch. Yeah, I can see my finger through there. Getting a bit of light penetration, so yeah, that's not a bad little one. Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes the little ones have got more bang for buck. And these last two make exactly that. Now these are only chips, but they have potential to be a little doublet, and could be like a little accent stone or a little ring stone. Lay these two together, I don't think they're going to be very much. I think probably only look at about a carat between them. Let's see, what's that one? Alright, yeah, that's about maybe a carat and a half, maybe 2 carats. Oh no, 1 carat. Come on, settle down. What's that one? Oh, look at that, 2 carats between them exactly. So almost a carat apiece. Okay. Just do 1 + 1 carat. So we know. But yeah, these definitely end up as doublets, and you'll see why in a second. 1, 2, 1, 2, and doublet. Oh my god, kazoo music. No thank you. Sorry about that, folks. This is just a heap of the free music from YouTube Music. Hopefully I don't get in the strife. Alrighty. Oh, we're coming up to the 2-hour mark. We're almost done, folks. Shine the torch through these ones, but this is some dry. Just a little seam. Hopefully I can get a little bit, like, yeah, maybe a little bit out of that. But there's some nice little flashes of colour in there. Getting a bit of red before. Yeah, it doesn't want to show it. Oh, that's a bit rough. Oh, yeah, getting a little bit of the red through there. There we go. It's only little ones. Oh, if you hold it flat, maybe we'll get the. There we go. There it is. Bit of the red showing through. Yeah. Again, if nothing else, they might just end up in the chip jar, but yeah, kind of cool. A bit of red in that one too. A little bit of seam agate. Well, that is it. We are done. We're bagged and tagged and made some notes. And it'll just be a matter of processing all of these down now. Got a little snappy bag to chuck them all in. Thanks for hanging out for this video. Like, I really appreciate the views and the subs and all the support my channel gets. I love all the comments and love chatting with all you guys through the comments. I'm on the Discord Rock Hounding Roundtable Discord site. If you ever want to reach out to me through there, I'm on there every now and then. I'm not on there all the time. I do spend most of my time either looking for rocks or cutting rocks or teaching people how to cut rocks. So it's a big part of my life. I've got to remember to stop and hit record sometimes, and that's what I did today. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned a little bit from this as well too. Hopefully, like, I'm not an expert on opal, but I'm learning, and I'm happy to share what I learn along the way with all you. And if nothing else, it's just nice to sit back and look at opal too. So hopefully I haven't been too annoying waffling on. I could talk for hours and hours, and have done, about rocks and stones and all the really cool things about them. So I appreciate you guys sitting down and listening to me nattering on. So hopefully you'll see more of these opals in the future. Like I said, I've got to build a little carving station so I can sit outside and enjoy the summer outside. And I've got my tile saw as well too, so there's going to be some more cutting videos coming up. Got a heap going on. I might even make this as a live premiere as well too. I think that might be fun as well. It's long enough to hopefully keep everyone engaged, and yeah, I think that might be a really cool thing to do with this one. It is a super long one, so I might I'll get it kind of tidied up a little bit in the editor, and then I might put this as a live premiere. So hopefully you guys will be there for that as well too. Thanks for hanging out. Yous all rock, yous are all awesome. Love yous all. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Hooroo.